So in the year of 2026, those born in the year of the rat, you are going against, basically, I get in a way like the fortunes, as we always say. There is unfortunately not a single lucky star in your element this year, and instead there are a few not so lucky stars. So those born in the year of the rat this year, you got to be a little bit extra cautious. You are more likely to have a chance where you can have bodily harm, bodily injuries. You may lose money out of nowhere. So especially those born in 1960 and 2020, if you're born in those years, you have to be extra cautious this year. Those born especially in the year of the rat in the 1960 and the 2020, you are more likely to come into bodily injury, to get hurt easily, and to get into trouble with the laws. So it is best that once turn the year in 2026, after February 4th, you go to the temple and you pray for blessings, and you get just safety. So especially for this year, those born in the rat, we highly recommend for you to wear the three chain jade links that we always recommend in the order of the rat, the dragon, and the monkey, and at the end a little eight hexagon shaped batgua they'll have. So in terms of health, pay extra cautious to the eyes. There could be some problem to the eyes. So especially those born again in the 1960 and 2020, you want to pay extra cautious because there may be some cardiovascular issues that can happen also this year. So in terms of career and work-wise, there's also no lucky star, and instead there's actually a bad star. So there's just a lot of obstacles. So in terms of wealth, there's three bad stars all grouped into one in the house of the wealth. So there's a big chance that you can lose money, a lot of money. So although it may sound like everything's going really bad, the one good thing about those born in the year of the rat is that you naturally draw a lot of people into your life, so that if you know how to per se manipulate or to use these to your advantage and not just be stubborn about situations, you can actually like manipulate the situations where you won't lose out as much and still come out on like the better side. So in terms of relationship wise, there's not a huge change. So for those born in the year of the rat, pretty much until the end of the coming year, which is about next year, around like, December, January or so, that things will start to mellow out. Now we're moving on to those born in the year of the ox. So if you are born in the year of the ox, this year, double good lucks. So this year you will find that everything is going on very smoothly. You have a lot of friends, people coming to your aid, coming to help you. You have just a very great, good aura around you this year, and you will realize that in terms of career-wise and everything is just going to be very smoothly and going very well for you. So you do still have two bad stars in your alignment this year. Those two stars, what it would do to you is, cause you to have more temper tantrums, anger, and, things may come out of your mouth not the right way as you wanted to, and you may tick some people off here and there. But overall and generally though, it's still a very good year for you. So health wise, nothing really special to point out. Everything is really good this year. So especially for women this year, make sure to pay extra cautious to your body and your health, especially if you can go get a mammary scan, and just be extra careful this year. So as mentioned before, there is a star that makes you a little bit more easily to anger this year, to throw tempers this year. And what that can do is, possibly, not saying it will, but it can lead to strokes. It can lead to blood vessels popping and etc. So you just want to be extra careful with yourself this year in terms of how to control your emotions and the anger that you may have. So in terms of career this year, there's a couple of good things we're saying for you, in such that you will find that you will have a more clear of a mind this year, where you are more creative, more productive. And because you're more productive and creative, you're performing better. And by performing better, obviously, if things go well, that should lead to promotion. So, which is why we're saying for you this year, career-wise, should be pretty good. Yeah, so if you follow our advice, right, and to take things calmly, not to rush things, not to overthink things, not to, throw temper tantrums, and really be, humble and modest, you should be doing very well in your job because you're going to be performing very, very well, and that should lead you to your promotion. So in terms of wealth this year, your luck for wealth this year is very good, whether it's career-based or salary-based, or, you know, random luck-based of like side money, what we call, you know, your side hustles, and random winning money. Those should be pretty good for you this year. So in terms of relationship this year, it's like could be a little bit bumpy because I mentioned earlier how there's those two not so good stars, which makes you, you know, just speak without thinking, you know, the temper tantrums, and possibly like, you know, just like the aggressiveness. So it could hurt your relationship if you already are in one. So just be very mindful of what's coming out of your mouth this year. So now we're gonna move on to the 2026 year of the Tiger. Those born in the year of the Tiger this year, a little bit of a tricky situation in such that all the good stars may not exist, not there, but you know, we're gonna see what we can give you. So if you're born in the year of the Tiger this year, be very careful because you will easily injure yourself to the point where you will be bleeding. So for those that are born in the year of the Tiger this year, we really recommend at the turn of the new year, February 4th, to go to a temple and pray for blessings. So again, with the mentioning of the not so good star, is that this year there's more of a chance that if not, you have a higher chance of getting to surgery, getting cut open, essentially bleeding a lot. This is a year you got to be very, very cautious. This is especially for also like men and women, but more especially for women, that this is more of a higher chance that this can happen to you. So this year there's like a little, like, I guess we call it backstabbing star in your element, where if you're making friends this year, or your friends already, right, just be extra cautious because there's a lot of back talking and backstabbing this year for you. So for health-wise, we highly recommend that those born in the year of the Tiger to go to a temple. Again, any Buddhist or Taoist temple is fine for this specific purpose. To pray for blessings and that to be watched out. And also at the turn of the new year, the Chinese New Year, February 4th, after that, to go donate some blood. So in terms of career this year, you have, I guess we call it the three brothers of the bad luck stars, where you have people talking behind your back, you have people doing little things to like kind of like get at you. So career-wise, not amazing. So if we're talking about wealth, is it that bad? Not really. So although there are some bad stars in your alignment this year, if you are more, if you just become a little bit more, even more, right, detail oriented, paying close to careful attention, and just being very organized, it can still work out well for you. So this year, relationship wise, shouldn't be that bad. Like if you listen to people or others around you, you're not stubborn, and you're willing to kind of just like take things a little bit slower and listen, pretty much, right, things shouldn't be that bad for you. So we also recommend those born in the year of the Tiger to wear the 3 jade chain link that we recommend. So in the order of the pig, the dog, the horse, and then the little 8 hexagon shape. So now we're up to those born in the year of the rabbit. Very, very good for those born in the year of the rabbit. We're giving you 5 stars. So I mean, like these past few years, the rabbit wasn't so great, right? But this year, 5 stars. You got all the things you pretty much need. Really, really auspicious year for you. You got like a lot of like people helping you out. You got multiple good stars, big good stars too. So all in all, everything is just going to be very good for you this year, especially your relationship wise, not like romantic, but also like platonic relationship wise, which then can also help your career, right? And then wealth wise, you will find that like money is coming in from many sides, that you're building your wealth very well, and that like things are going to be very, very smooth for you. So there's that 1 star that manages wealth, and you will realize that wealth that you gain from your career and wealth that comes from your like side hustles or your luck wealth, all of those will be very good this year. So we recommend every month after the turn of the new year, on the 1st and the 15th on the calendar, that you go outside, thank the sky, the spirits of skies, and ask them to bless you with wealth, and you should see that things are turning better. You don't need to offer incense, you don't need to offer anything, just say your blessings, say your thanks, and then also ask for more wealth, and that it should be coming to you. So in terms of health this year, everything pretty much looks good. If you do end up getting sick, it's gonna be like the little things, like the little colds, you know, the little things, maybe allergies getting you really bad one day or so here and there, but nothing too serious, nothing too crazy. So what is also though interesting is that you have one really good star. It's called like, you know, the sky, I guess, like luck, happiness type of thing for you. So if you are trying to conceive this year, again on the Chinese calendar, every month on the 1st and the 15th, you know, look up to the sky, you know, ask for blessings, you know, be grateful what you have, and just keep asking for that, and it could help you conceive easier. So why we say this for those that are males also is because you realize that things are going very, very smoothly, you're very happy, you get a little bit more like, you know, egotistic about like, oh, everything's going so well, and then you will lack the care of your body, and we just want to be very you know, upfront with saying like, hey, yeah, things are gonna go well, but like you still need to make sure you manage your health, especially, you know, try not to drink so much. You got to manage your liver health, that way you can continually build your luck and your wealth. So this year, in terms of career-wise, there's not like anything crazy going on, but you do have a star where you have like a little like, you know, yippee-yappy behind you, around you, and so on. So you just want to be careful with those you're working with, your friends, or even just your coworkers. You know, their little mouths will be probably running a lot this year about you. So in terms of your wealth this year, your wealth luck, it's really good. It's really, really good. So again, don't listen to the gossips and the little yippee yappies around you this year. See everything with your eyes and witness everything yourself before you make any judgments, and then you will realize things will go very smooth for you and very well for you. So those born in the year of the rabbit, as in the beginning we said, there's a lot of good things going on this year, especially in relationship for you. So if you don't have a life partner or you know, a person you are spending the rest of your life with, this year may be the year you will find that person. So if you are married, it could be very good for you, and it could be very bad, because although your relationships will be very good, there's also going to be others who will want to possibly come into that relationship. So you have to be very careful if you are married. So this year, those born in the year of the rabbit, you, in terms of relationship wise, you can get a little bit more like argue. It makes you feel like you need to really say your say and not listen to the other person, to the point where words aren't even coming out of your mouth anymore and you're just swinging hands. So now we're up to those born in the year of the dragon. So there's a high chance for those born in the year of the dragon this year that there will be a high chance of you getting hurt. So we recommend those born in the year of the dragon this year to wear our jade chain that we recommend. In the order of the rooster, the rat, the monkey, and then the 8 jade. Especially those that are born in the year 1940 and 2000, you have to be extra cautious this year. So those born in the 1940 and 2000 are more likely to sustain bodily injury harms, where it will cause you to bleed, possibly extensively, and if you are born especially in the year 2000, this year swimming may be a little bit more on the edge for you, because there's the star that is in your element this year. One of them is called like float sink type of thing, and obviously float and sink has to do with water. So in the water, it can possibly lead to like circumstances that you may not expect to happen. So again, right, because of like one specific star in your element, it leads you to get hurt easier, and then also there may be more chances of like attending like, you know, like funerals and like mournings this year. So therefore the chance of you getting hurt is also increased due to all the just the elements of like the quote unquote like negative energy that you may be surrounded with this year. So although there's all these problems, you do have that one good star. It's basically like the problem solving star. So all the problems that you have, you know, because of this lucky star that you do have in your alignment, it can help solve all your problems, but all you have to do is really just be more mindful, be more careful, and be more aware. So for those born in the year 2000, especially females, you want to be a little bit extra cautious of your respiratory health this year, because there's a chance that you may have some respiratory issues. So for everyone else who is born in the year of the dragon, you are at a higher chance of possibly getting to a car accident, needing surgery, or some sort of like heavy medical intervention. So be very careful with yourself this year. So for career-wise, if you just, spend a little bit more time thinking, contemplating, and working things out, it shouldn't be too bad for you. So this year, in terms of wealth, it's not so great for you, those born in the year of the dragon, because there is a pretty good chance that you may possibly, lose, some money or like break your wealth. So, the relationship-wise, for those born in the year of the dragon this year, it's a little bit like a roller coaster. So there's a star in your element this year, and it's called like kind of like the literally like the wave. So if you are single and not married, there is a high possibility that your other half that you are looking for may appear this year for you. But if you are in turn married, because like I mentioned, it's kind of like a wave, the star, where you go up and down, and it's like a roller coaster. It could cause, ups and downs in your relationship with your other half, your significant other. So now we're up to those born in the year of the snake. So last year, right, it's the year that you are going against your own zodiac, so obviously things weren't so great. This year, it's still not that amazing. So you do have one good star, but there's two stars, mainly the big one that's not that great is the sickness star. So it makes things quite complicated for those born in the year of the snake. So the second star, not the sickness star, the second star has another name, and basically what it really stands for is that like there's just going to be a lot of random moments or occurrences, situations where it just does not help you, and it just comes out of nowhere, where you will take a lot of like quote unquote like damage. So we recommend to wear the jade chain necklace that we recommend, or so in the order of the monkey, the ox, and then the rooster, and then the eight chain, the 8 hexagon. So especially cautious for those born in 1941 and 2001. So especially in May of the Chinese calendar, be a little bit more mindful of the cardiovascular and respiratory area. So the reason why is because like these elements, just if added in the wrong area and the wrong time, it could heavily impact your liver, and then a couple other things in your body. So just be very mindful of what you're consuming this year. So in terms of career, things seem pretty well. With your career, things are looking up for you, and you do have possibly someone who can bring you to higher places in your career for you this year. So there may possibly be a job switch, career change for you this coming year. So if this is something you're looking forward to, or something you have been thinking about, welcome it with open arms, because it's most likely it's going to happen this coming year. So because like I mentioned, career-wise, everything's going to be pretty smooth sailing, going pretty well for you. For this coming year, in terms of wealth, that should correlate hand in hand, where if you're performing better in career, you're getting raises and promotion, your wealth would be better in subsequence. So you will also notice that in the later half of the 2026 year, that your wealth, your stability, your financial ability will be better than the beginning half of the year. So the most common things you may possibly lose this year is like your phone, your wallet, things that you normally take with you often, but this year will be the year where you forget about it, or you misplace it, or you forget to bring it, etc. So be very careful of your little things this year that you use every day. So in terms of relationship, nothing big, nothing really like changes wise whatsoever. Yeah, so there's not a lot of big things even for those that are married this year. If you are married, just keeping communication, keep talking to each other, don't take temper out of each other, be a harmonious couple. Everything should be pretty much fine and well. So now we're up to those born in the year of the horse. So this year is the year of the horse, which means those born in the year of the horse, this is your year that you're going against the zodiac sign. So obviously, because this is the year that is going against the zodiacs for you, because it is your year, we recommend you going to a temple and asking for specifically that specific blessing to protect you this year. So this year, you have a star that like gives you power, but historically, right, with power comes with loneliness, with a lot of isolation. So that in turn can become a really bad thing. So the other one has to do with your wealth, managing relations with wealth, managing relations with people regarding wealth, and etc. So the other half of the saying, unfortunately, is if you don't have any great like big happy celebrations, then white things come in the Chinese culture. White things means like, you know, death, right? So we're hoping that this year, you know, throw as many parties as you can, birthday parties, celebration, wedding, whatever, etc. Kids, whatever it is, have big parties, nice big parties to like get that energy up. So if you're born in the year of the horse in 1990, and if you are a female, you have to be very mindful of your health this year. Especially if those that are trying to get pregnant or are pregnant or trying to conceive, you have a very high chance that you may miscarry. So those two stars that I mentioned that we don't really like to see, one of them has to do with the sword, and basically specifically for pregnant women, it's stars that you really don't want in your year if you're having a child. And if you have time, you know, go to the ophthalmologist, get your eyes checked, and go to a cardiologist, get your heart checked. Those are two areas we want to be extra cautious of this year. So although the health-wise for many won't be that great, career-wise it's going to be absolutely amazing. You have a star that pretty much gives you power and ability, and you're going to find yourself pretty much zooming through at work, doing really well, and you know, just performing very, very well this year. So if you use, you know, your abilities, your creativity this year, and you manage it well, there's a high chance that you will take a leadership position in your possibly upcoming promotion, in your current role or another role whatsoever. So basically what we're saying is for your wealth this year, it's going to come rolling in. So you have a star that basically manages wealth, and what that star does is whether you're an entrepreneur or you are a career worker whatsoever, opportunities will just come running to you, and you'll just kind of pretty much like open your door, and like opportunity money will just come rolling into you. Obviously you gotta work, but it'll come to you. So those born in the year of the horse this year, you have basically like a cherry blossom in your way. You will more likely encounter people of the people that you may possibly be interested in. They may just come into your life. So although it's like, you know, you got these like nice like cherry blossoms, they're not the good ones. So if you are single, obviously that's great. More people you meet, more chances you get. But if you are in a relationship or if you are married per se, do not be tempted by these, I'm going to call them wildflowers, because they're not going to be the constant in your life when you already have your constant in your life. But if you aren't married and you are single or you are not married, then this cherry blossom is not your wildflower. It may be your beautiful blooming rose. So again, if you are married, they're wildflowers. If you are not married, then you're going to be your beautiful rose that's going to bloom. So now we're up to the zodiac of the sheep. So for those born in the year of the sheep, this year you have a huge sun star shining on you this year. So this means you will have a male figure that will be in your life that will be really strong help to you. So these unlucky stars, what it could do to you is that as you are working on something, you may have people who drag you down, or you will find yourself doing things aimlessly with no purpose and no results. So it also, one of the stars specifically targets also females in terms of like reproduction, you know, ability to conceive, etc. So it can make things a little bit more difficult in terms of that this year. In turn, if you have to go on business trips this year where you have to go far away from where you live, it actually will be a good thing for you. So there is also one of the other few stars that aren't so great in your alignment this year, is that it can actually make you lose money out of nowhere. It can also make you, like what I said before, do things aimlessly for no result, and you're kind of like just doing it for no reason, and you will find that. So if you are a female this year, this doesn't really apply to you because the sun star generally just shines on the male figures. So if you are a female this year, born in the year of the sheep, you have to be very careful because you are more likely to be tricked by male figures. So in terms of health, this year is a lot better than last year. So be very careful of, you know, your eating habits, because there's like a high chance that you can like have a lot of like refluxes or like acid problems. So just be very mindful. So if you are a female, like again, the sun star is just for male. It's not for you. So everything is not amazing for you. So basically for your health wise, just be extra cautious, especially if you're trying to conceive this year. It may not be easy, it may not result well, and also one of the stars that is not good for you this year can cause you to unintentionally come in contact with spirits and things that you don't want to, so you just want to be very careful this year. So for career wise, in your job, if your superior, your boss is a male, then things would be looking out pretty well for you, because again, the sun star gives you a male figure that will watch out for you. Hence, if it's a male figure, you will have that goodness that can bring other things for your career wise. So in terms of wealth, you have a star called the sky star, I guess, and the sky is pretty empty, so it means empty. So even though it's full sky of empty, because there is a sun star, when sun shines on empty sky, you have a pretty nice sunny day, which means for you, if you are willing to put the hard work in and you're willing to do the work, things can still look out pretty well for you. I'm not saying it's gonna be amazing where money comes raining down, but in terms of that, it will still work out well for you. So another thing is you have another star where it can lead to people backstabbing you potentially. So if you are signing off anything, putting your name to anything, attaching your name to anything, just be very careful, very detail oriented and mindful. So in terms of relationship this year, if you are a single male, you have a very high chance of meeting your partner. So if you are a female, on the other hand, you want to be a little mindful of those that you have around you, because things can become a little bit tricky. So don't so quickly jump into the relationship or rush into it, because it can potentially hurt you. So those who are already married, your relationship this year is pretty stable. So if you are a already married male, you want to be a little bit cautious, because there's something called a fake flower for you this year, a fake cherry blossom flower. Basically what that means is that you will have a third person who might want to enter the relationship, or make you feel like you want to get into a relationship with them, and just know that all that is fake and it is not real, and that it can lead to bad things in your relationship. So just be very wary of that. So now we're up to those born in the year of the monkey for 2026. So not too great, a little complicated for you this year. But the problem is this star is basically a movement star, so that means if you do want to make money this year and do career jumps, you're gonna have to be moving around a lot, go into a lot of different places. So what these unlucky stars do is that because you may need to run around, travel a lot this year for work, it can make you feel very lonely, very isolated. So this year, be extra mindful to the elders in your family, because you have a star which basically I don't want to say encourage, but it encourages the likelihood that there may be someone who passes away. And so we recommend those born in the year of the monkey this year to wear the jade chain. So in the order of the snake, the dragon, and then the mouse, and then the 8-shaped jade. So especially those born in 1980, I want you to be a little bit more careful. So there's a high chance where you will have injuries on your stomach, your head, and then your lungs. So highly recommended this year. If you have to travel a lot for work purposes or personal purposes, make sure you buy some travel insurance. And this is just, again, right, because you're traveling a lot, there's a lot of things that can happen. If you're extremely tired, there's things you may not be paying attention to, even to yourself, and you can get hurt, etc. So travel insurance is something really good to have on hand with you this year. So I mentioned 5 times now, right? Movement star, a lot of movement for your job. So because you have to run around a lot, right? This could be maybe a new opportunity, a new company, or new position, or something new for you in your career. But just know that in order for any of that to happen, anything good for you to happen, there has to be a lot of movement for you this year. So there's a lot of huge ups and downs in terms of your wealth this year. So this year, right, make sure you especially pay close attention to managing your finances, and the more you pay attention in your finances and managing it very well, your wealth should be better and better. So this year, unfortunately, relationship wise, it's not going to be a good year for that. So if you are married, then you have to be just mindful. because there's a very high chance that you may find a third party within your relationship. So if you are already married, please be very cautious of your actions and your thoughts this year. So for those that are single, is it completely gone, your chance to have a relationship? No, not necessarily. You do have what's possibly a fake cherry blossom in your alignment, which means there is somebody, but it may not be the lasting relationship that you are searching for. So now we're up to those born in the year of the Rooster. So there's a lot of big good things, celebrations for those born in the year of the Rooster this year. So what this means is that you have 2 really good stars in your alignment this year. One that really is encouraging, like relationship in terms of like wedding or like other births, and etc. Good celebrations. And then you also have another star which can bring a female figure into your own life that can support and help you. So this year, it's lucky for women and not so much for men. So all the stars, all it adds to is that it supports the energy of the female. Yeah, so for males this year, it's not saying that you have bad luck compared to women, but it's just that like this year for males born in the year of the Rooster, you are more easily swayed and tricked by women this year. So you want to be very careful about that. So in terms of your health, try not to be so tired. Rest if you can. So for females this year, at the turn of the new year, book an appointment with your gynecologist and get yourself checked out this year. Yeah, so overall, and pretty much in health, just be the extra normal everyday caution, just like treat your cold if you have a cold, etc. Don't push things back. So if your superior this year is a female, then you will be very liked by them, most likely. You will be also acknowledged by them a lot this year. So if they are female, this is a good chance for you this year to secure whatever you can. So just be careful as you're working this year. You have a good chance of like really moving higher and earning a lot more money, but because of so, you may also have a lot of little people who just want to like pull you down, do things to sabotage you. So just be very careful. Yeah, so this year for you, wealth, it's like you don't even have to go searching for it and they'll come running to you. So wealth should be something good for you this year. So if you are, in terms of relationship wise, if you're single, you may quote unquote find someone you will fall in love at first sight. This should be a very romantic year for you. This will be the year that you will leave the single life. Now, on the opposite hand, if you are married, you want to be a little bit careful. And that is because the big famous cherry blossom tree is really big. So don't be tempted by anyone this year, especially those that, for those that are married, there's going to be a lot of those coming around. So stay focused, stay on track. So you do have 3 good stars. One of the biggest ones has to do with power. So the other one has to do with, studying and school and exams, and it would make it easier for you. And then another one is basically a star that could solve, quote-unquote, solve problems, but not like completely solve it, but just like decrease any damage whatsoever. So 3 unlucky stars, what that means is those 3 lucky stars, what it symbolizes is number 1, getting into trouble with the law. Number 2, getting your head whacked, which basically is like getting robbed in the trans. Especially for those born in 1970, you want to be extra cautious. So, and again, in terms of health for your head, you want to be careful of your head. There's a high chance that, people, somehow things will fall on top of your head, or you may get hit on your head this year. And also, be careful of strokes, of like, headaches, problems, etc. Anything with the head, you want to be very mindful of. That's just all that means. So for females, you want to pay extra careful attention, because there's a high chance that you may have to perform some sort of surgery on your head area, your face, whether it's plastic surgery or whatever. Something is going to happen this year. In terms of your career and job-wise, make sure you work as best as you can with whatever you have this year. And that is because you are more susceptible into getting in trouble with the law this year. So if you pay more attention to details at your job, any documents that you're signing, etc., that anything has your name attached to it, it will help you avoid getting into a bad spot with the law. So the best advice for you this year is to talk less and just do the work. there's a big chance that those around you this year, your coworkers or people you're not really friendly with but are acquaintances with, that if they manipulate you, right, and get you into, you know, signing certain things for them or with them, that is basically the way you can possibly get into trouble with. So if you manage your opportunities well and grab onto them when they're presented to you, you will still be able to excel in your career this year. So because of a few of those things, the bad stars in your alignment, it can and it may negatively affect your wealth this year. If you can, you know, just be patient and be good this year and just, like, you know, let things go. And if you can solve the problems with money this year, then it's not a problem. So for those who are married this year, you want to be very cautious, because there is a fake cherry blossom in your alignment. So what this will do to you is make you feel very happy because you feel like you have a chance. Now, but if you're single and not married, this is a different story. So if you are not married and you're single, then this person that will come into your life this year, that is someone who will eventually turn into your lifelong partner. And if you pursue this relationship as it shows up really super lightning fast, it can lead to something good. So again, right, we highly recommend, because you may get a chance of getting beaten up this year, to wear the jade chain that we recommend. So in the order of the rabbit, the horse, and then the tiger, and then the 8 jade. So this is just to, like, when you wear it with you every day, this is to help minimize any damage that can come to you. So now it's those born in the year, the pig. So there's 2 good stars for you, and one of them pretty much manages power. One specifically manages the female, which means that can help you bring up everything in your life this year. But that also means the not so good star even becomes stronger. So you have a couple of not very good name stars. I don't even want to translate for you because it doesn't sound good. One of them basically means getting in trouble with the law and losing money. I'm gonna translate this one for you because I have to now. The other one's called the Death Star, kind of, in a way. It's not saying that you'll die, but it's saying that you will get injured, you will get hurt, you will get scarred, and it will negatively hurt you. So after February 4th this year, go to the temple and, you know, ask for just like a blessing to watch out for you this year. And if you have any parties, big celebrations, weddings, etc. this year, go to as many as you can. Get as much positive energy as you can. And avoid, if you can, avoid all the mourning and grieving, funeral ceremonies, etc., stuff like that. So your 2 lucky stars only pretty much help you in wealth, and also the female's ability to process and think, and in mentally the brain, right? So it's not, these are the only 2 things that are going good for you. In the order of the tiger, the sheep, and then the rabbit, and then the 8-shaped jade, especially those born in 1971. You gotta be extra careful. So what that means is a couple of things that will make your health not so great, and such that your blood vessels are not going to be performing as well as they normally are, the flow wise. So if you are trying to conceive this year, because you have a lot of pretty much bad luck stars in your element, it may be very dangerous and difficult. So if you do conceive, obviously that's amazing, but you also want to be checking up as much as you can, even the littlest thing, to check up on you and your baby. Yeah, so all in all for you this year is little sicknesses, not really much gonna happen. If you do get sick, it's gonna be something big. So career-wise this year, a lot of arguments, fights, going against other people, like just disagreements. So there's going to be a lot of that commotion going on this year, right? So a lot of these things, as all the other, as you know, you should, is that be careful what you sign. Common sense, right? And just be very mindful. If not, you can get in trouble with the law. Again, common sense. So there's 1 star that can make you possibly lose a little bit of money. So relationship-wise this year, it will be easy for you to meet someone that you may become interested in. So you want to be very careful, right? Now, for those who aren't married, things are a little bit better for you. So here we want to wish everyone a happy New Year's.